Alrighty. Greetings, everyone. Jackogień here. With the love of my life, Splat Roller. Hopefully you're all doing wonderful. Welcome on in. If you're new, if you're returning, no matter what, hopefully you're here for some peace, love, and good vibes as I make out with my roller. And get ready for Splatfest. Splatfest is soon. I will not stop kissing my wife, sloppy style. But yes, I am here. Roller Chan, Roller Senpai is here. Anyway, we're gonna drop in. If y'all don't know, we got a fest next week, and what most people know already is I'm a third shift worker, which means I am a night owl. What that means for this Splatfest, you will see if you don't know the theme. The theme being morning, afternoon, or night. When do you get things done? Meaning, when are you most productive? Obviously, being a third shift worker, night is my most productive time. Also, Nova with the membership of 30 months. Hopefully you're doing well, Holmes. If I'm able to collab, bet. But yeah, Team Night, rise up us night owls. Hopefully we can get the W. Regardless of whatever team you're going to be on for Splatfest, we're going to hang out for a hot minute. So, also chat. For those who are, the very few people who were around for the Marvel Rivals stream, when that stream went kaput, I realized what part of the problem was. I didn't have my dang computer plugged in. That was the biggest problem, is why it was just not working. I just didn't have the computer plugged in. So I'm kind of a dumbass in that sense, but it's okay. Anyways, it's time for the moon! We will be the moon! Depends on the day when I get things done. That's so real, Lumi. Also, let me say a quick hello to everybody in chat, because I haven't done so. So hello Splat Mike, hello Barry, hello Alice, hello Joseph, hello Daniel, hello Lumi, hello CVG, hello Pearl, hello Pugizzy. I'm doing good, by the way. Thanks for asking. Hello Ragd. Hello Robot Blader, hello Pablo, hello Octo Johnny, hello Maki, and SM Toxic. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Hello Snow Jelly as well. We are gonna, of course, drop into CantDoJack, because I always can't do Jack, because I'm Jack. And yeah, I'm just, if it wasn't obvious, I'm just doing Order Roller today. That is the gimmick of today, is I'm just making out with my roller. I'm playing as my roller. And we're just gonna listen to these lo-fi beats and just jam out for a good bit of time. I have work tonight, so I think that I'm aiming to end stream right around like 9:30 at the latest. That gives me plenty of time to take a shower and pack lunch for work, which luckily I just got some mac and cheese. My eyes! Hello, SM Toxic. Your orders to make out with roller, yes. I knew you were here because I can sense my honey from a mile away, dork. You and Mike are dorks. /P. But are we like a lot of oh yeah, you two are... Should I be scared? Never. I'm just making out with my roller. Can't stay long, just want to say hi. Well, hello, Nova. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully your week is good. And if it ain't, hey, it's pretty much the end of the week. You can always bounce back. You can always get a new week going. What's nice is this song what I think it is? It is Deep Castle from Bowser's Inside Story mixed with, I believe, Beware of the Forest Mushrooms. Yeah, it was a mix of both. Bowser's Inside Story and Mario RPG. Best of both worlds. Okay. Let me sneak around. Trying to sneak around. Also, I don't want to talk too much about it. I made a community post to inform people who weren't informed. But the Switch 2 pre-orders aren't happening next week, at least here in the States. Because of things going on in the world, Nintendo made a really specific statement saying, hey, because we don't know how the economy is going to be, we don't know when to do the pre-orders, we will keep you in touch because, yeah, tariffs, boo. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there, but I still do plan, just like Nintendo still plans on launching the console on June 5th, I plan on doing a launch day stream of Mario Kart World and just unboxing the console and just showing it off, all that kind of stuff. Because I like to do things with y'all, live. I could make videos, but I really struggle with it. I'm more of an idea guy, right? I'm better at coming up with ideas than I am at executing them. So making videos is really difficult for me. I almost never do. Even if I want to make a video on something, it's hard for me to, number one, find the time, and number two, actually do so. What was today for your school? Good question. I don't know what 4-4 would be. Today was 4-4, which is funny repeating number date. So I don't know if that's anything special or not. I don't know if I'll be able to get the console at launch day, but when I do, I'm gonna get it'd be the day one cow main. Yippee! You got a tornado warning. Oh, jeez. Hopefully you're A-okay. I had one of those in my area a couple days ago. Well, not my specific area, but my state had one. Which was still, whoa. I definitely can't get Switch 2 on launch day. I don't think I have the money to buy that or soon. Yeah, that's what I'm sad about. Switch 2 being so expensive, but, I understand why. I understand why it is, but, you know. This was all done by Cuddle Bunny. Cuddle Bunny usually draws most of my art, so if it's something Jack related for sure, assume it's Cuddle Bunny. I thought I linked Cuddle in the description. If I didn't, I will fix the description after stream or when I get home from work, because literally immediately after stream, I'm getting ready for work. Hey, yo, pause. Why do you want to get rolled over by the roller? Not me coming in this live when I see Jack being out with his roller. Hi, Andrew. Hopefully you're doing well. That's all the stream is. It's just me and roller. By the way, for those who saw either the VOD or live, what do y'all think about my Zekko hoodie from the Switch 2 Direct? I was wearing my Zekko hoodie. I'm really glad with how it turned out. I ordered it off Etsy, and I'm going to be wearing that as probably one of the days at TMG, as well as my Team Future. I have an outfit planned for that. Close, it's Adventure's End that's playing. Adventure's End is the Dream Team song, I'm pretty sure. Here, that was the Paper Jam one. I just know it's definitely Mario and Luigi. No, this is Adventure's End. This is the... Yeah, this is the Paper Jam final boss. I forget the name of it. For Paper Jam being such a mid-game, the music still goes hard, and that's just because Yoko Shimomura is a goated artist when it comes to video game soundtracks and things like that. She's really good at everything she composes. She makes most of the Final Fantasy music. She makes all the Mario and Luigi. She made all the Super Mario RPG. She even came back for the remake, I'm pretty sure. The only game she didn't really compose for was Brothership, and that's because she was just preoccupied with another game. I think a lot of people assume that she was cooking up songs for Kingdom Hearts, because she does do Kingdom Hearts as well. So she's probably working on Kingdom Hearts 4 soundtracks when Brothership was in development. Game that doesn't want to exist. Yeah, Paper Jam was rough. But you know what was rougher? The remakes. The remakes did not do well. Which stinks, because, like, really, all they had to do was, like, wait, right? Like, the remakes came out at the end of the 3DS lifespan. They came out when the Switch was already out. If they would have just, like, developed them for the Switch instead. Yo, look at my game cousin, right? Right, Ghost? I'm making out with my roller. That's crazy. Hopefully you're doing well, by the way, Holmes. Nice to see you in my chat. Don't worry, I didn't forget about the end of the rat craft. I'm working 9 days in a row, so I'm literally going to be on the rat of craft in, like, definitely, like, either the day before or sooner, because of, like, working. Actually, I'm not planning on streaming tomorrow at all, so I'm probably gonna hop on tomorrow after work, or, like, when I would, yeah, or before work. Either or. Point is, I should be on because I want to participate in the lore and what I need to do requirement-wise for the lore. Uh-oh. Ah! Okay, dang it. Yes, I am available for Sunday. I forgot to message in that group chat because I was busy with fam. But I will respond to that. Where is it? Where is he? Where is Omni-Man? Alright, GG's there. Are you sure? Sorry, I got invincible brain rot in my head. What's up, M14? Hopefully you're doing well. Don't mind me and my, like, roller here. I'm gonna, yeah, no, like, the 90s, oh, okay, that's a huge debunk. Thank you for bringing that up. That was debunked, and a lot of people keep spreading that in misinformation. So, I need to, like, put a pin in that, like, now. There is no price difference between digital and physical games for Switch 2 everywhere in the world except for, like, one European country. That was one, I forget which European country, but I know it was a European country that does that. But it's not worldwide. That was only for a specific European country that was like, okay, we're going to charge more for the physical than the digital. But digital and physical games will cost the same. Mario Kart is the only game that's $79.99 except for Tears of the Kingdom. That's the only exception, is those two games, Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Kart, are both $79.99. Base games are going to be $69.99. That's been a huge misconception and a lot of misinformation being spread online. I just want to, like, make sure I put my foot down and let all you guys know, at least here, that, hey, that is false. Anyone who says, like, the games are, like, more physically, that's wrong. DK is $69.99. Mario Kart's $79.99. All base games that come out will be $69.99. The exception, like I said, being just Tears of the Kingdom, Switch 2 edition. That is the only exception. That is the only other exception outside Mario Kart World. But yeah, I just want to let you all know that. So it's not as bad as some people thought. It's still not great, like the $79.99 for Mario Kart, but I can get behind it because of just how massive that game is. I think once people see the Direct, like the Mario Kart World Direct, I think a lot of people will be like, okay, yeah, this is worth the $80. Especially if they show off, like, more or planned content, which it seems like they could, because, like, Mario Kart World doesn't have any crossovers in it. Like, there's no Splatoon, there's no Animal Crossing, there's no Zelda like Mario Kart 8 had. I could easily see them eventually making DLC for that game, or just a content extension to make it even worth it more, you know what I mean? Imagine, like, just different portals or something open up to different worlds, and, like, you're able to, like, go to, like, 4 Splatoon tracks, 4 Zelda tracks or something. But point is, I definitely, yeah, $80 for Mario Kart is a lot, and I'm not gonna justify that, like, oh my god, like, you know. But I think it's mostly, a lot of people are like, oh, Nintendo's being like typical corporate greed. I don't think that's the case. I think logically they're doing it based off how much like development time was put into the game, which that pays the developers more, that pays the programmers more, that pays the quality assurance testers more. I'm all down for that, as long as like people are getting paid because they're working longer and the development is longer. I'm A-okay with that. I have okay, when did the booster cap, can someone do me a solid while I'm gaming here? Could someone look up when the booster course pass concluded? Like, when was Wave 6 of the booster course pass for Mario Kart 8? Because that will give us approximately a rough time on when Worlds was in development. Because, also, it's possible that Worlds was still in development while the booster course pass was happening. Why do they make a lot of money for it? I mostly blame, like, genuine, like, inflation. Inflation over time just like naturally occurs, and honestly it's not even too bad when you compare these prices to like SNES game prices. So SNES game prices at launch were way worse. Okay, so for example, yeah, there were games that were $69.99. There were games that, yeah, literally some of the games that are coming out, like Mortal Kombat and stuff on the SNES, was around $69.99, and that's the base price for all Switch 2 games. So history just repeats itself. Some things are expensive, but you know, to know that like, okay, some SNES games on launch was $69 and now all base games are going to be $69, it's a little rough. It sucks that we have to pay more for things, but I think it's A-okay. I think it will be A-okay in the end. Honestly, what I'm doing as somebody who's in my 20s, I'm just trying to pick up extra shifts and save a bit extra money for it. It's just like a paycheck more that I have to set aside, which I don't mind. Hello, JJ. Hopefully you're doing well, and DJ. Be able to get the system itself on launch, though I don't have the money. I'm sorry to hear, Lumi. The same people that complain about the original Switch end up owning a Switch. That is true. That is something I actually argued with my friend. My buddy Colonel and I had a lot of discussion about the Switch 2 prices. And one of the things I debated was, hey, okay, a lot of people who complain about the prices and stuff might just cave in anyway. Do I think that there should be a new standard? I'm okay with the $79. I'm okay with the $69.99. I'm not okay with the $79.99 being the standard. Only like, you know, only a few exceptions, right? Like if it's a massive open world game like Tears of the Kingdom, like Mario Kart, I think it's okay to do that. If the next Smash Brothers or something, like if they make another Smash Brothers, which they probably eventually will. They said they'll probably make a Smash game without Sakurai, potentially, which is a weird decision. Or Sakurai might be working on it after completing Air Riders. Who knows? I just want Sakurai to take a break, though. I feel like even though Sakurai like made his gaming YouTube channel, I feel like he made his like content, and then he was immediately put on Air Ride development by the sounds of it. He was like, oh yeah, I made these, like, oh, and like he admitted during his videos that, yeah, in the middle of making like his YouTube channel, he still started development for Air Riders, which is wild. Oh, good night, Alice. Take care. That's a good way of putting it, M14. Yeah, I feel like, I think, okay, I'm rambling a lot. This typically happens during my tier 4 and 5, so I'm telling you, I understand the developer side and the consumer side. I think that games should, you know, pay more to the developers, because developers do work a lot, but also think that games should be just consumer friendly. And a hot take, but here's my personal philosophy on media. If you can't afford a media, but you still want to enjoy that source of media, then I can see piracy as okay. That's the only time I see piracy as okay. If you can afford a media and to support the developers and the creators of something, do it. If you can't afford to do it, that's when I see piracy, because I think that media is an art form, and I think that art shouldn't be gatekept behind a price tag all the time. You know what I mean? That's what I, like, consumer side of me, that's what I believe. I think the Ultra Kill developers said something along those lines too, which I have mad respect for them. I don't play Ultra Kill, but I respect the people who made it, because like that developer was like really goated for saying that. Like I agree 100% with them. I have that same perspective. If you can afford to support a developer, please support a developer. If you can't, emulation, piracy, like Yahar Shibididi as a last resort, so you can still enjoy that art form. If it's accessible and affordable, exactly. If it's affordable and accessible, then absolutely support the developers. If it's not, like, I think the Switch 2 is going to be available or accessible, but just not affordable, which makes me sad. I miss when, like, Nintendo seemed like they, like, were able to budget their stuff where, like, it was pretty, like, consumer friendly. I feel like they haven't been too consumer friendly though with Switch 2, which they could. Oh, dude. Okay, I just looked it up. NES was even worse. NES prices were even worse than some of the SNES prices. So, if you think the games are expensive, look back in time. Literally, yeah, Donkey Kong Country 2 was $79.48. Punch Out on the SNES was $79.98. Original Donkey Kong was the same as Donkey Kong Country, being $79. So it's definitely, like, not great, but, like, they done it worse than, yeah, in today's dollars. It was $79.9. Yeah. It was expensive. Then don't buy it. Don't. Yeah, I mean, that is true. You shouldn't belittle other people who do want to support it. I completely understand, like, if you're, like, you are somebody who's actively, like, saying, hey, drop the prices. I can get behind that, because, like, I feel like, to an extent, there are times where Nintendo can listen. Like, that happened with the 3DS. I don't know if anyone knows this, but the 3DS was, like, over $200. There's a huge outcry to drop those prices, and Nintendo listened, and Nintendo dropped it from, like, I don't know, 220 something, I think, all the way to 180. So, but this isn't the console price this time around, it's the game prices. So I guess we just gotta wait and see, ride the waves. Either way, I'm picking up extra shifts that I'm gonna try to get at launch just for the people, just for y'all who want to, like, see Mario Kart World and, like, see the Switch 2 and, like, see if it's worth it. Nintendo, listen, remember, well, I mean, the free meal, I mean, Melee's probably gonna come with the GameCube expansion now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure they would do that. Well, yeah. For me, I can understand that leap because the Switch 2 is, like, 4 times more powerful than the original Switch. I can get behind that, especially with, like, I know how much hardware is right now. I'm okay with the 450. Like, because of just, yeah, how much stronger the Switch 2 is in comparison. Switch 2 has 8 times more storage, 3 times more RAM. It can play 4K. That's a lot of, like, hardware that, like, the OG Switch just did not have. Even the dock, it has, like, it's not just plastic now. It has, like, electronics in the dock now that are, like, for a fan and things like that. I think 450 is okay for the console. That's my personal opinion. Just based off the, like, that's, like, honestly, I blame Sony for that more than Nintendo, because, like, Nintendo did that to compete with PS5. And you can't tell me otherwise, because that's just how market is. PlayStation is $500 for a PS5. Switch is a little bit less powerful, so it's a little bit cheaper. PS5 is $500. PS5 Pro is $700. So, $450. You know, Xbox is like around there too. That's just a standard. Like, if you're gonna blame anybody for the console prices, blame Sony and Microsoft for setting that standard. Blame them for that. I mean, I still think it's kind of practical. Because, like, I know a lot of people who care just about graphics. Again, I'm being a bit of a devil's advocate. I'm trying to see both sides here. But, like, honestly, I know a lot of people who would have just been like, ew, the Switch isn't 1080 handheld. I'm not buying it. Because a lot of people just don't like the 720p handheld. So, like, if they wouldn't have done that, like, extra beefiness to it, it's possible that people wouldn't have, like, got it. Oh, yeah, true. Like, and plus thanks for bringing that up. That's another point I want to bring up. The, like, expansions are included with the expansion pass. So, like, if you already own Tears of the Kingdom, if you already own Breath of the Wild, that stuff you get for free. That is just stuff you can get for free if you have, like, the extended NSO membership. You'll get those enhanced games for free with it. So that definitely saves a lot of money there. Well, I mean, that is true. I'm not gonna deny that. People who, like, are too focused on graphics do not like cartoony art styles, and Nintendo's all about cartoony art styles. I mean, look how great, like, Mario, look the new Mario Kart. Look at Donkey Kong. Hell, my older brother, Brojan, is one of those people. And he was like, one of the first things he texted me was, ew, Donkey Kong looks terrible. I'm like, he looks like his arcade design, and the game looks actually really good. But he was like, no, it's ugly. They should have never changed him. Yet, this Donkey Kong model is the most expressive Donkey Kong render and model we've ever had. And I really, actually, you know what? Hot take. I think that if they make a Smash 6, they should use that Donkey Kong design. I don't care if that's a hot take or if people, like, don't, you know, are upset with that. But I genuinely think that this Donkey Kong design is really good. Like, at first I was iffy on it because he looked a little bit like his, like, Mario movie counterpart. But then I realized he just looks like, you know, he looks like his arcade appearance, too. And, like, the way I keep watching the Treehouse and, like, seeing the gameplay for Donkey Kong Bonanza, he looks so full of emotion and expression. It's so good. I like how 3 of you all just collectively hive mind was like, he looks like the movie design. Yeah, the gameplay looks fire for that game too. Switch 2 roller when I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for Splat 4. I think is going to be like a 2027 game if they're going to make a Splat 4. And I think they will. Hey, thanks for the member, Swecky. Hopefully you're doing well. Some people complain, but I think some people have genuine criticisms. Like, I completely understand the genuine criticisms about how expensive things are. Trust me, as somebody who, like, can't even move out of his, like, parents' house, even if I would want to, because of just how the things are in the world, I am blessed and thankful that, like, my family are chill with me still being here. Because, like, it's a mess trying to live on your own. Number one. Number two, just, yeah, cost for everything is so much. And it's not getting any better, sadly. Oh, the DK criticism. Oh yeah, that I think is just people complaining to complain. The money, the pricing, like those are genuine critiques. I think. I just hope that too people have like the right information, because like already a lot of things have been misinformationed and like spread by even like huge influencers. Like there's massive influencers who all say, "Oh, it's gonna be $90 for physical games." No. Oh, it's gonna be like $80 for every base game. No. The base is going to be the $70, the $69.99, and then Mario Kart's the exception of being $79.99, and physical games don't cost different than digital. That's just a bunch of like little misinformation that's been spreading around, and like I just want to like declare that like no, that's not right. Always fact check your sources, even if they're like a big influencer. Even if it's me yapping about something, just double check it. And I'm gonna back up my information with a source on the official Switch 2 website. You can go to the games category. You can go shop, games, and you can see that the games are $69.99 except for Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Kart World. Those are the two exceptions. That is, I have sources to back that. My source is that I backed it the F up, unlike making it the F up. I back up my sources. I didn't even look at chat, nobody said that. I just knew somebody was going to reference my sources, like the freaking like Metal Gear reference of the sources. I made it the F up. I would say nice, but that's not super nice. I agree. It is funny that it's $69.99 though. That's a nice that's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up. POV people on Twitter. Hello, Ash. Hello, Cat Dogs. Hopefully you're both doing well. I was doing it, but I typed slow. It's okay. But I was just booting up the Switch 2 website so I can like show people. I was gonna pull a screenshot of it and show it off. Like, hey, yeah, see? Just look up the source. These are for digital and physical games. They don't cost different. That was just a misinformation being spread. They are going to cost the same. They're not a good price. I'm still going to argue that, yeah. Or I'm still going to at least, like, be devil's advocate and be like, I understand the outrage. But also, I understand, like, wanting to pay developers more. So it's like a 50-50 for me. It's not very consumer healthy, which I don't like. It is a little bit more dev healthy, which I appreciate. But I don't appreciate everyone jumping to conclusions being like, oh, Nintendo's just being corporate greedy. Not necessarily. I think things just like there's a lot of people behind development of games. And as long as those people are getting paid more, or at least getting paid longer, because typically, you know, a development period is like super finite. If they develop more time on it, then they get paid more, and they have more job security, which I appreciate. From what I'm hearing, I don't know yet. All I know is for sure they're getting paid longer development times and having more job security, which in the game industry can be huge. One of the biggest problems with the game industry is the lack of job security, because everything is mostly contract based. Like everything's like, okay, you're gonna work on development of this game, but once that development is over, you're kaput sometimes. You're just like sent out. Also, whoever's doing screen, if you're not a random, please stop. Screen is bad. We don't use screen. But no, like that's going to be my other thing. If they aren't paying them more, at least they're paying them for a longer period of time and more development and more job security. And that means the longer you're with a company, even with contracts, that could open you up for benefits. So it still helps out workers more with the longer development time and the more cost to help pay for that. If Nintendo brings in more money because of the more expensive game, then they can like afford to keep people on the on their, you know, on their roster, so to speak. I'm just booting up the... I'm trying to see where they showed all the prices on their website just to, like, pull a screenshot for it. How to buy, I think it was under. Yeah, how to buy and then games. No, wait, that's not it. I thought that would be it. I'll find the screenshot here in a minute. Just give me a hot sec, and I should be able to find that screenshot. Here it is. Okay. So, yeah. The only exceptions... Okay, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is an exception too, because Kirby and the Forgotten Land has a $20 DLC slapped on with it. So think of when you see the Kirby game, keep in mind that it is the game included with the Switch 2 edition that has DLC. But everything base price is that $69.99 unless it's like a DLC included. So like Jamboree is gonna be $79.99 because that's a $20 DLC. Mario Kart is $79. Kirby $79, but like base games are gonna be like Bonanza, which is like gonna be like $69. My favorite thing is you. That's some really good. That's some good mental health. I wish I could have that. Man, imagine being your own favorite thing. That's crazy. That's devious work. Like, I wish I could have that level of self-confidence that you have, Pearl. Damn, can you give me some of that? Will it cost? Yes, because Kirby has a $20 DLC included with it. $8 for Mario Kart is still ridiculous. I agree. I don't think it should be that much. I understand why like they're pricing it the way they are because it's a massive like open world, and like it probably had more development time. Like I said, I'm gonna be the biggest devil's advocate. I'm gonna be like seeing both perspectives as somebody who's a consumer and a developer, and as somebody who's also a streamer and hearing like a good amount of like, you know, loyal Nintendo consumers. Like the majority of you guys, I believe, would consider yourselves as like Nintendo consumers who mostly play games like Splatoon, like Mario Kart, like Mario Party. So like I get to hear from your all's perspectives. I get to hear like obviously the mass media and like what people think on like social media and stuff. And then I get the like understanding from the developers / insiders, you know? So it's like I get to see all these different perspectives. Your grocery bill was the cost of a Switch 2 game? Well, yeah. Groceries are also ridiculously expensive. Like, I think my family bought soda for like a month, and it was like $80 or something. Like, it was insane how expensive like groceries are. All I'm saying is that I can see both perspectives. I can see like it's not consumer friendly, which I wish it was. And like I'm just hoping developers are getting paid longer and like more job security and maybe even getting paid more, which that's what I'm hoping for. That's just my thought process, just so y'all understand where I'm at. I'm not going to deny anyone's perspectives. I'm not going to belittle anyone. I'm not about that style at all. I don't think the prices are fully justifiable, but I understand the perspective behind them. At the end of the day, I just want what's best for consumers and developers. If that makes sense. Like, I just want what's best for everyone. And I don't think we're going to really be getting that. I think it's either developers are going to get underpaid or consumers are going to overpay. And ideally, things should be in a happy medium. There should be like a fine, like, gray area where it's enough to like pay workers fairly, but also like, okay, I'm gonna back out because friend request, but there should be a gray area between paying workers fairly, but also not being super taxing on the end user. And it's just, I don't know. It's rough. My Sona plushie of Mario Cow. Things I've suggestively kiss is my roller. Obviously. Coffee. I would suggestively kiss coffee. I would suggestively kiss any, the cartridge of Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Emerald, Kirby's Air Ride. I would kiss the game case for Kirby's Air Ride. Bowser's Inside Story. And all 3 Splatoon games. And a significant other if I have one of those, but I really don't think... Okay, I'm gonna be really real for a second. It's gonna be a one-line thing, and then I'm just gonna go back to, like, just the chillin' / hanging out vibes. I don't know if I'm, like, mentally in the right spot for an SO. Even though I really, really wanna. I don't know if I'm in the right spot. Like, if I get a partner, I wanna, like, be there for them, and I wanna, like, give it my all for them. I don't know if I can do that right now. Which sucks, but it is what it is. I would kiss an airplane. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? But no, that's so real. Thanks for the head pat. No, I get that too, Andrew. That's so real. I'll tell you this. My confidence level isn't the best. The most I could have mustered up to my crush of, like, several months is, like, just texting them goodnight. Approximately, like, every night. That's, like, just, like, nice little goodnight. Let them know, like, hey, I'm here. I just want to make sure you so okay. Because... yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm ready for anything quite yet, just because of emotion go burr. We did love the objecto. Hello, Matthew. Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome into me making out with a roller. I gotta remove something. These are a lot of winter songs. It's like spring now. I'll get rid of some of these winter songs. Aw, man. Hashtag stay single. That's kind of got me for real, for real. Man. It is what it is. It's still kind of neat and wholesome to see, like, people in relationships. And I still think, like, there's always going to be a part of my brain that yearns for that or wants that, but it's just, like, my brain's also very logical, in terms of, like, well, it's weird. It's like a mix of, like, my brain's half logic, half emotion. Sometimes one weighs in more than the other. But lately I've been thinking more logic-based of, I don't know if I could be a good enough SO, even if I would get into a relationship, so I've been, like, holding off. And that's just a mix of anxiety and just logically thinking don't think I'm in the right spot for it quite yet. Ah. Die single, pull a Newton. Or Newton. I don't know why it's pronounced Sir Isaac Newton as Newton instead of Newton, but okay. Yeah, that's how brain works. I mean, yeah, look, sometimes the logic part's not there, clearly. A minute ago, I was gonna take you out on a nice date, but then Mario Kart came out and I had to refinance my house. No, that's real. Yeah, sorry, babe. I can't ask you out. I had to pick up like 5 extra shifts just to afford the new Mario Kart. Sarnagi, accident. Why is my wallet bleeding? Just Newton, I don't know. Ask yourself this question. This is gonna be bad, I'm sorry in advance for this. But ask yourself this question. If Newton newts off, what does a jack do? Just a hypothetical question. If a Sir Isaac Newton newts off, what do jacks do? You know what? That's a good way of saying it, Jackogień. I was referring to jacking off, but sure, that works too. If Omni-Man omniates and Invincible Vinces it, what does a jack do? My brain is so fried. I am omniing it, Mark. I'm so lonely. Omni-Man! Where is he? Where is Omni-Man? Sea Salt! I need you, Sea Salt! Sea Salt! Honestly, the Invincible community is kind of losing it, waiting for season 4. If an agate terrifies and a lapid terraforms, what does a pearl? An agate terrifies. Lapid terraforms? What's a diamond when they need a blue? You gotta be a leader blue. A pearl say, hey, yo. You have to be a leader blue. Yes, of course we still love her, and we're always thinking of her. But there's nothing we can do, so tell me, what's the use of feeling? What's the use of feeling? What's the use of feeling blue? That just sent me back like 7 years hearing that song being referenced. I still remember when I was a lad watching that series and like the Stephen Bombs when I was younger. Also, yes, rollers. Hello, MS Har or Miss Har or I'm bad at words. Words. I've only been doing content for how long? Boohoo. Their name's Boohoo, which I find funny. Yippee! That's 2 down. I am Steve, the universe. Apparently that movie's not good. The Minecraft movie. Like I hear it's like good for like a joke movie, like one of those movies you watch like with friends to be stupid and silly. But like it's not a serious movie at all. Like it's just dumb fun. I'm gonna come out of the movie. I'm planning on going to that movie with my buddy Colonel. And literally we're just gonna be turning and looking at each other every time Jack Black says something funny. Like flinted steel. Or chicken jacket. One of those movies you watch just for the brain rot. Exactly. See, you get it. That's pretty much the only reason why I'm seeing the Minecraft movie, is just to experience cinema brain rot. Yeah, after seeing the trailer, it's just like, okay, they're just being really silly with this movie. They're not making it like a really like epic story or anything. They're just being brain rot. At least, I'm not gonna spoil that. Actually, I bit my tongue. I know there's a cameo in that movie. That's pretty cool though. Actually, 2 cameos. That's pretty badass. FNAF Movie 2 trailer. The movie just got a trailer. Yippee! 5 Nights at or 10 hours of silence, occasionally interrupted by Jack Black enthusiastically shouting Minecraft items. This is a crafting table. That's an ender pearl. Oh, these are the villager. Dear God, there's more. This is a crafting table. No, there's more. It contains a crafting. It contains a chicken jockey. Diamond armor, full set. Me shout Ender Pearl as I throw stones at children. No, that's low-key based. I'm thinking me, goo, ew. I just realized this is a dark tide. No, it's a squid tide. Diamond armor, full set. Pictured not a full set. I'm thinking, ah. I was gonna say ooh, ew, and then I just got killed, so I just went, ah. Alright, enjoy your ultra kills. Funny enough, that's the second time ultra kill was brought up on this stream. I brought up ultra kill as an, like the ultra kill devs because they're based, and they're like, yeah, if you can't afford media, then I think piracy's okay, and I'm sort of in the same boat. I think media is an art form, and like you should support developers because they put a lot of work into it, but if you can't afford it, then yeah, Yarhar Shibididi. Everyone should have access to, like, goated media. For legal reasons, I'm gonna say this is a joke. Also, they potentially cover my ass in case some employer somehow discovers I'm Jackogień and looks at my VODs. But low-key, it's not a joke. Low-key, like, media, like, everyone should, you know, everyone should enjoy media. Media is like a fun thing for entertainment, and sometimes media tells like a really good story that really helps out people's psychology. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to make a video essay on how Splatoon lore affected my psychology. I'm not even joking when I say that too. Like, it's between Splatoon and like X-Men. Both being like different types of media that really portray like discrimination, and like we should be like more accepting of others who are different. Splatoon has that with like the whole like Inklings versus Octolings lore. And yeah, I just really, and Splatoon has like a good like lore implications about like the effects of like a cultural melting pot society, and how it's only really successful if you're really respecting other people's like cultures and beliefs, and like basically the philosophy of like if you're not doing any harm to anyone by just living your life, live your life. I think Splatoon is a beautiful game about like self-representation and self-expression that I think more people should like realize that lesson, and just more people should, you know, be themselves. And also that lesson too, extreme. Like, you got a good point there. In the Splatoon world, humans were their own destruction because of like fighting each other and like warfare. The last few remaining humans fled underground to Alterna, the final civilization, where they died out. But yeah, like, I don't know, that's the way I interpret it. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, that might be an analyzing it a bit, but, like, I really do think that, like, teams are different, and if no one's doing any harm, then just live and let live. Like, I'm pretty different. I'm, like, not neurotypical. I'm, you know, and also I'm, you know, closeted queer, but besides that point, you know. I see Splatoon as the ultimate game of self-expression. And I hope that as Splatoon continues as a series going forward, it continues that. That too, I am that as well. So, like, I got 3 things that definitely make me different. Alright, take care, Soul. Peace, love, and good vibes. Thanks for dropping in, saying hello. Man, bam, ah! Man, I'm dead. I don't know. I think life is too short, and I think we should focus on the good. Also, have a good night, Andrew. Good, sleep well. Peace, love, and good vibes to you as well. Yeah, life's just too short. We shouldn't have malice in our soul. I really don't think malice should be in people's soul. That pretty much everyone. I mean, we're all carbon-based life forms, right? That's a good way too. Just like at the end of the, hey, we're all carbon-based life forms. Sometimes I get a little lonely. Sometimes I get a little lonely. Some nights I get. Oh, wait, that's not the wrong lyric at the wrong part. And keep me company. I said, oh Lord, have mercy on me and keep me company. Sometimes I can get a little lonely. Some nights can get a little lonely. I love Imagine Dragons, and like these lo-fis by Lonely Boy, so good. I'm happy I split revenue with them because they're goated. They do good stuff. Go support Lonely Boy's lo-fi. They make Imagine Dragons. They make some Green Day lo-fis. I mostly just play the Imagine Dragons on here. I might add in like Boulevard of Broken Dreams or something. Uh-oh. Wi-Fi go burr. Oh my gosh, look at Joseph. It looked like Joseph was doing a stanky leg or something. Like the leg was just going back and forth and back and forth. Carbon Fire Roller, that just flings though. I might get a 10-minute ban, uh-oh. Oopsie poopsie. If I'm a 10-minute ban, I'm going to put on a timer and we're going to do 10 minutes of side order. Yeah, we're going to do 10 minutes of side order with Roller chat. That way it's still technically the Roller edition. We're still only doing Roller, but we're going to side order for like 10 minutes. I'm going to clock it. Clock 10 minute for the ban. That's why it's called the Carbon Roller. Whoa. I'm not intelligent. I didn't know that. You know, it's kind of fitting that we're going to side order when the side order lo-fi comes on. This was not planned. I promise you, this was not. Why be like everyone else when you can just be yourself. You will not talk to your mother that way. Alright. Up the elevator with the NB. Yippee. I'm gonna do all the bottom ones just for, you know, the silly pearls. Let's see how far in side order we can get in 10 minutes with a 10-minute ban. It's already been 1 minute of just loading times. Yippee. I hope, like, with the RAM, like, games just load faster on Switch 2 as well. Like, just playing Splat 3 on Switch 2. I hope, like, that, like, extra RAM and processing just, like, helps. Yippee! I still have Beat Soda. I had many skill-based games, so it was really hard for me. Or you haven't played many skill-based games. I really liked it. I still do. I mean, I did a drunk stream with Epi, which was a little too chaotic. I feel like okay, the problem with that drunk stream I did, for those who were around and know, I was doing literally 4 times more alcohol content than he was. So I got, like, actually close to being hammered by my 11th shot, and he wasn't even buzzed. I was like, bro, I'm doing so much. But he not to self. Next time I collab with someone and I do a stream like that, make sure we're drinking the same percentage, because that was a little ridiculous. Fish. Kraken. EP. I should do if I become a YouTuber 10 player soul link side order would be crazy. I can't even do it with 1 person, let alone 10. Snowballs if you mess up because of the alcohol. The problem was like I just was doing too strong of alcohol. He was doing like a very basic vodka, and I was doing moonshine. I just wanted to use up my moonshine because I knew, like, I shouldn't sit in my fridge forever, so I wanted to use it. And, you know, Spirit of St. Patrick's, you know, I wanted to do it. Okay, I'm just gonna run this way. I wish I could throw. I had a better throwing arm, but I don't. Come here, fishy, fishy. Come on. Bonk. Yippee! Who needs arms anyway? I mean, I need arms. I don't need legs. If I become a programmer. If I become a full-fledged, like, office job type worker, I don't need legs. I just need arms and, like, a torso. Actually, I kind of, I'll keep my thighs. How's that? Like, you could have, like, from my knee, like, down, I don't really need. Kind of like my thighs, because they're nice and squishy. They protect. Also, for those who might join in and be like, why are we doing side order when it's a Turf War stream? We got banned. Don't worry, we got like 5 minutes. I'm just doing as much side order as I really can in this 10-minute period just to get like pearls, so that like I can actually do like the extra like daily poll thing. All right, let me yeet. All right, come on. Can we get this right here? And there we go. We beat that level. Sweet. We have 4 minutes till I'm unbanned from online. Thank you, Nintendo service provider, for just taking us out of the online lobby. I'm gonna see if there's pearls in the vending machine. Let me go over here. Robot arms sound really cool. Like, okay, affordable robot arms. I was hoping pearls would be in that vending machine. There were none. Hey, Pearl, your name's Pearl. Where's the pearls? Do you know where they are? DC sounds like a good idea, but not if the servers are bad. Yeah, that's true. That wasn't my fault. I have, like, full bars of Wi-Fi, both on my Switch and my computer. I can't use my main weapon? Okay, dang. That's sad. Sub only it is. Okay. Luckily, that's working out pretty decently. Come. I can't reach the top of the... Okay. There it goes. It's like, why can't I reach the top there? Can this thing come back? Yep. Alright, it's gonna do that to farm XP. Because the XP farm can help me get myself the Kraken quicker. Ooh. Thank goodness for armor. Okay, one left. And Kraken. So wait for 2 burst bomb. Nope. Come on. There we go. Sweet. You did a cap of 999. Why don't you do your daily pull then? You get yourself like in-game coins or something. You can do that. It looks like this will be probably the last level before our ban's over. By the look of it. Yeah, just the zone. I just realized I'm doing this hack list too without rescue rewards. I could have gotten more. And actually, no, rescue rewards wouldn't matter because I'm canceling out. Oh yeah, keep in mind, during that collab I was mentioning about earlier, this was like the only time that like dying wasn't my fault. Was the one time we played roller. Abby died, not me. So, but every other death was my fault during that like Soul Link collab. But the one time it wasn't was the singular time we played, or when we decided to do roller. That just shows you how much better at roller I am compared to the other weapons. Is like even when I am like not in a cognitive state, I was still able to pull my weight and like do my best. Well, you see, sadly, are we back? Yeah, we're back, Ochin. Okay. That was just a hiccup of the Wi-Fi. Yippee. I mean, it was perfect timing right when we finished side order. Now we're going back online. I don't know why I hiccuped there, but we're back. We back, Ochin. And we got 51 pearls for that. So that's like literally half a reward. That's not too bad. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get that reward thing, and then we'll drop into a new turf war for the... Actually, map rotations is literally 8 minutes. I just realized. We'll try to do something. Actually, I might just like stall. I'm not sure. Because like if I drop into a turf war now, we're gonna be only playing like one game, and then the maps are gonna rotate. Actually, yeah, let's just do it. I'll drop in. We'll play like one turf war. The maps are gonna rotate, and then we're gonna do a new drop in with the new maps. Because yippee, maps rotate, go burr. That's why the stream broke. I know you want Mprig, but I'm sorry, I don't know if it could happen. Switch? Why are you also not working? And the Wi-Fi kicked back on. Come on, buckaroo. Why you gotta be like this, Wi-Fi? Oh, you were just fine. Why you gotta be so rude? By the way, it's gonna be difficult to do this because of the Switch 2, but I do want to stream Deltarune Chapter 2 and 3 and 4 together as like a long Let's Play. Because I did that when Chapter 2 came out. I did a long Let's Play of Chapter 1 and 2. It was like a 9-hour stream. I kind of want to dedicate like a day I don't work and just play both chapters. Okay, now it's wait, oh yeah, it's still Museum and Crab-like. We'll just do one quick turf war and then mass rotate. Home Wi-Fi go burr. I should really have asked to run Ethernet cable. That would have been nice. Having direct Ethernet to either my Switch or my laptop would have been nice. Deltarune, wait, tomorrow? I thought it comes out in June. What do you mean tomorrow? Huh? Huh? Oh, wait, are you just doing the meme? Where it's like... The day before yesterday. Yippee. Wait, it does? I thought it came out on June... Huh? Oh, the meme. Okay. I thought you meant it does come out tomorrow. You're just doing the meme of, okay, Deltarune tomorrow, Silk Song tomorrow. Okay. I was so confused. Actually, an anagram for Deltarune. That is true. Silk Song only getting 5 seconds was cool. I mean, I know a lot of Silk Song fans who actually found that hilarious. They're like, oh my gosh, we got confirmed that it's 2025 at least. And we got 5 seconds of footage for it. Right. I just realized this is a Christmas song in April. I might have to remove this from the playlist then. Or keep it as a WTF song. I was about to say, if they didn't get the kill, I would. They're just reminding us that Silk Song still exists, which is nice of them. Thanks for letting us know Silk Song is real. They have bizarre obsessions with Christmas music around this time of year. Well, there's Harmony for you. I haven't seen the old treehouse for it. I just see zero gameplay for it. What, the, well, the Direct had like 5 seconds of Silk Song gameplay. Treehouse had a lot of gameplay for Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. And a little bit of Jamboree. Unless you're not different Treehouse. I'm not a big Hollow Knight or Silk Song person. I don't know if that's like a reference to an actual location in the game or something. I don't know much. All I know is make out with a roller, play roller, make out with roller, play roller. I'm just rolling all over the place. I am rolling it. I am rolling it all over. I'm rollering it. I gotta keep on rollering it. Yippee! I like how this. No, Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 is coming to all platforms. They just announced it with the Switch Direct. They show gameplay at an old Silk song, but it was a while ago. It's in the abyss of my watch later. Gotcha. They'll let me join you. Guess I'm on repair duty. Yippee! I mean, maps rotate soon, and if you could join through like Puggazy or Jerp or whoever else is in the lobby, you can try to do that. Question mark. I don't know. Technology is weird. I might have to get rid of these Christmas songs. These like Christmas-esque songs. I might need to nuke. I'm not sure yet. Because I love winter vibe, but winter is over and it now becoming spring. Which means yippee, a lot more sneezing, a lot more blowing my nose. My favorite. Bayonetta, I mean, if it takes place on Christmas, it's technically a Christmas game. Same rule applies to movies. It's technically a Christmas movie if it involves Christmas to some extent. That is the way I see it anyway. Then again, I'm just one fella, so, you know. Oh, I made sure, I can't really listen to other people's playlists because copyright. This playlist is, specifically catered to streamers to at least revenue share. There's never any, like, oh, we're gonna withhold your, like, revenue because of a copyright claim. Like, the only thing that it does is revenue share at most, which isn't bad in my opinion. I get behind that because, like I said, I mostly revenue share with Lonely Boy, and Lonely Boy makes some good lo-fi. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Exactly. See, nobody gets it. I mean, when Sonic 3 was parodying a bunch of like whatchamacallit, when it was parodying like parody, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Words are hard. Point is, Sonic 3 like made a bunch of other movie posters of Christmas movies, including Die Hard. So even Sonic movie agrees that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Bunk. Roller go burr. I am rollering it. Parodying. I don't know. Words are difficult. Even typed out. Parody? That's what it looks like. Parody. Parodying. Parodying. Yeah, we love parodying. Parodying. Parody. Hing DDD. Parody. And we still lost. Dang. Parody's nut. Yo, Ninja! I'm so sorry. Happy belated birthday. I haven't seen you in a hot minute, and I forgot to DM on April 1st. I was too busy breaking my voice with a Toad impression. It really started after a while. But hopefully you did have a good birth. Mario Kart World's great looking. I don't like that. Like, we were debating on the price. Like I said earlier in stream, I'm sort of I understand both perspectives as a developer and a consumer. It's not consumer friendly, which I don't like, but if they're paying the developers more or like ensuring job security because of a longer development time, I like that. So yeah, it's a gray area. The game itself looks fire though. Excluding the price, the game is amazing looking. I have been immeasurably busy the past few days. I haven't been anywhere on the internet. That is understandable. I just wanted to make sure I said a belated birthday because I know it was your birthday. I'm not doing too bad, Puggazy. Thanks for asking. I'm trying to, like, you know, just chill, relax before work tonight. I have another 8-hour third shift. Go Burr. I'm actually working all the way until I think Tuesday is my Tuesday, and then I have like a day off, and then I work Thursday, and I'm off that Friday. It's a lot of working hours though. Like, I'm putting a lot of hours in. A lot of it was genuinely to help pay off for Too Many Games expenses, because I'm spending a good amount of money to go to TMG this year. And I want to make sure I have some money like saved up for student loans when I have to pay those back. And, you know, whatchamacallit, student loans, TMG, and like Switch 2. I want to save up for Switch 2 because I still want to get Switch 2 on launch day. I really do. It sucks that I can't even pre-order it next week because like US Go Burr. But I guess we'll just have to wait and find out what's in store, really. I could prove I was Flight Engine and got on the course. The actual test was super easy. Yippee! Driving test Go Burr. Yeah, I'm glad you got a license. That's cool. Driving is honestly kind of nice because, like, genuinely, if I didn't have ways to transport myself, I probably wouldn't have the job I have now. Because it's like a 30-plus minute drive into a city. Because I live, like, you know, out in the middle of no man's land. Like, I'm what the people would call a country son of a gun. I'm out here in the country. So I have to, like, drive a good bit to get into the city, take the back roads to, like, a main road to get to the city. If only I had a car. Pets. I don't know if I told the story about my car, but I looked into it. Well, actually, I looked into my first two cars. So, my first car was a Toyota Yaris. I called her Yari, was my nickname for her. I don't know why, but like I thought, oh, Yaris, I'll call her Yari. Yari treated me not bad for the little bit that I had her. I saved up basically all my like paychecks from working at Burger King back in high school when I worked at BK. And let me tell you, in hindsight, fast food pays awfully. Like, oh yeah, this is this song from Pokemon Black and White. I think it's like Reflections. I'm pretty sure it's called Reflections. But yeah, I looked into my first car because I just saved like over $4,000. And then a friend of the family was like had a car that was like the Yaris or Yari, was like just sitting there. Honestly, they didn't really use it, and so they're like, "Oh, we'll sell it for you. I'll sell it to you." I love that car. I think I still have a picture of that car somewhere, or like me. I'm not gonna show the picture because I don't like showing like my full face reveal. I could crop it and show it if I can find it then, but like basically, you could tell I was in high school though, because like I'm standing there. We went to Wendy's to get Frosties after getting my first car as like a little celebration, like, woo, Jack got his first car. And there I am standing outside of the car in like my blue hoodie that I always wore in high school because of, I'm not joking when I say this, because of Sans Undertale. I wore a blue hoodie all the time because of Sans. So Sans. But yeah, I was a definitely Undertale Nintendo dork my entire life, including high school. So there exists a picture of me out there somewhere. I think it's either on my phone or on Momochin's phone or something, of just me standing next to that car, in a blue hoodie. But yeah, that was me looking into my first car. Second story. It was a very, very rainy day. Yeah, I've always been a nerd. Second story. It's a very rainy day. I was driving back home, from high school, because what I did was, after getting that car, after I got it, I was able to drive. How high school worked from like 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. I spent half the day doing my main classes, and then I typically, before getting that car, I'd ride the bus to a Votech to take a IT programming class. Now, with that car, you know, I could drive to school, have the car parked at the high school, take the bus to Votech, or drive there, depending on the day. If I had bowling, I usually just drove there, so that I could go straight from the Votech to the bowling alley for whatever bowling match. But this happened on one of the nights I wasn't bowling because I left my car at the high school. Bus came, dropped us off at the high school, go in my car, it's downpouring. I'm low on fuel. I go to like the local gas station. I fuel up, and then I head home. And as I'm heading home, I get into, especially with a Yaris, it can skid really easily. So as it's like, you know, as the Yaris starts to skid, I end up rolling it. Sadly, I rolled that car. I was going under the speed limit though, so I was okay. I walked out of that incident with just a minor concussion by some miracle. Because like I said, I rolled that car. I skid, I hit the curb, it rolled. I was miraculously okay. But the thing is, because of that incident, because of that car accident, and because of insurance money, I kind of got lucky, and insurance was like, yeah, we're going to give you X amount of money. And because of them giving so much of the money, because they knew the accident wasn't my fault, they knew the bad road conditions, and they even said when they inspected the car something was wrong with it, which probably led to this accident. They were like, okay, here's X amount of money, and that was able to get me my current car, a Ford Focus. For those who meet me at TMG, for creators that met me last year, you know I have a blue Ford Focus. And I have a nickname for that Focus because of how lucky I am with not only just walking out of the accident A-okay, but getting enough, like the insurance actually stepping up and like letting me have enough to get a new car right away. You want to know what I nicknamed my Ford Focus? I mean, that's an okay skip of the story, I guess. Point was, it was downpour, raining, skidding, rolled the car. That's the TLDR version of it. But yeah, I lucked out, insurance money, and just extra, yeah, water plane, hydroplane. They said something was wrong with it. I lucked into my Ford Focus, and I nicknamed that Ford Focus, I still call it, my Hocus Pocus Focus, because I literally got it by some miracle, so I call it Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus Focus. I was wrong. It okay. Jack, cuddle. Let me guess. Oh, I can't type quick, but I'm assuming. Hi, Gremlin Jack. I'm assuming. How are you, Cuddle, by the way? Hopefully you're doing well. But no, I've had a parent. Buddy But, yeah, wait, what were we talking about? Yeah, cars. Yeah, I just got lucky with that. I've had that Hocus Pocus Focus since 2019? I think it was like October 2019. I typed wrong. Oh. It's fine. Also, hello, Mario Wolf. Hopefully you're doing well. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Riz Ocean, nah, I don't got no Riz. I might have the Tism, but I don't think I do. You know, you know what my go-to flirt is? It's either you like jazz or hi. Do you want to hear about the Splatoon lore? You want to hear about lore? Hi, Kremlin. Minor spelling mistake. My argument is invalid. Sag. Call you Grizkojin. I always call Grizko Rizko. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Go to Riz. I'd rather just go home. What's Riz? I never had it. Probably never will. Actually, that's a half lie. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior, Lightning McQueen? Yes, always. I always have time. Fritted steel. Hello, Octa Alex. Hopefully you're doing well. My laptop been typing on a phone, typing loud on keyboard. Not alone at the moment. Sage. Understandable. I see paintbrush. Bunk. He did what in his cup? Oh wait, I need to do it. Grab my soda ass. He did what in his cups? It's just like, I was just gonna say it normally. Just like, hold on, I need to pull the southern accent for this one. That's like one of my favorite Disney jokes, by the way, not even capping. It's just like, he won 3 piston cups. He did what in his cups? Piss. I can't talk right now. I'm making piss. He did, I was just saying, he did what in his cups in like my normal voice, and I was just like, hold on, I gotta switch it southern. He did what in his cups? Do not eat the free pistachio ice cream. That's wasabi. I'm pissing on the moon. I got home and had clean and tired to join. I doesn't have time anymore. Like, even now I had to sleep to wake up at 3. I just got home at 7. Damn. That's wild. I'm sort of geeked to hear. But also relatable because I've been working in the past. I'm working like 9 days in a row. It's all third shift. So you know my process of third shift? It takes about half an hour to 45 minutes to get down there. So I always leave at like an hour before just to make sure I'm 15 minutes early. And then it's just like, okay, I get home at like 7:45 in the morning. And then I like, oh, DC, go burr. So yeah, I get down OBS. OBS, I'm going to strangle you. OBS. No, just OBS being a poopy head. You're a poopy head. Hi, PCO. I'm gonna see him grab the Wi-Fi router soon. I ain't no poopy head. I have shit on 0 heads. Just like, that's actually one of my favorite quotes from early. Back in the day, oh gosh, okay, I don't even barely hang out with this group anymore. But there was like a group of fellas that I used to play Minecraft with and stuff. I'll still hang out with them from time to time, but like I don't really like make content with them anymore. I used to like stream the Minecraft endeavors, like a Minecraft Origins I did with them. But point is, one of them called me a motherfucker, and that was like one of my instant reactions, like debacles to that was just like, I'll have you know, I have fucked 0 mothers. Wait, what did I miss? Today I'm playing Blob Blobber. Ooh, Blob's fun. Blob is, yeah, I agree with you in the sense that Blob is one of those weapons that's fun to play but annoying to, like, counter. What? Cuddle. Why do you keep saying grabbing? What? Well, yeah, game audio is usually turned down, like, super far. You might hear a little bit of it, which is okay. If you listen closely, you can sometimes. As long as it's not overbearing the music. That's kind of the point. It should be me, the music, and then like a hair of gameplay sound. Oh yeah, we never played block game together. Haha, gain. Everybody, members, buddy point and laugh. Buddy point and laugh at this user. / lighthearted. Honey point. Honey. Honey. Puny point. It's spelled game, but that is true. I'm making fun of you. I heard you, punny. I said bun. Pun. Wally, punny. I said bunny point really quickly so it sounded like bunny point, but... Oh, Bon. Let's have some fun. Hopefully you're doing well, by the way, Shy Guy. Alright, yippee! Hey, chat, I don't know about you, but I think we lost. Oh, never mind. By the way, who do y'all think you're gonna main in Mario Kart World if you get it? Because right now I'm having a really hard time figuring that out. Because, like, okay, you know what would make the most sense in character to main? Do you know, like, from my personality, you know who I think I'm gonna main? I think the swooper. You know, like, the bat? I could see myself maining the bat. Because, like, I'm a night owl. Bats are, like, associated with the night. And he's just a little guy. Like, have you seen this guy? I think they're Super Mario Kart. Yeah. Or Swoop Mario Kart World. The Swoop Mario Kart World. It's the first time that they're really playable. But they exist. You can see there's a frame of the Swoop driving a car. I'm gonna try out so many characters before I decide on a main. Yeah, Nabbit's a bunny. Yeah, there's Nabbit. She's literally me, Moo. Oh yeah, there's the different costumes too. I want to try out for different characters too. I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna commission artwork for that game right away. I'm just gonna hold off until I actually get my hands on the game, or like if they show off all the costumes or something in like the whatchamacallit. If they show off the costumes in the direct, in like the Mario Kart Direct, then, you know, I'm going to then I'll decide if they like show a character or something. What fits me? I don't know. What a Misa shapeshifter? I could be all, exactly. Same with Ojin. Ojin has the ability to, like, change his form based off wherever he goes, so I just need to figure out what works best there, number one. Number two, I don't know if they're gonna just make it as part of the, whatchamacallit, like, if they're actually gonna make, like, a better Mii Maker, or they're just gonna, in Tomodachi Life, they're going to, like, add the customization, because I really want to make an Ojin Mii. Like, a Mii that, like, really looks like Ojin. The best I can, but I'm not really good at Mii making. So I'm gonna have to, like, ask somebody who's, like, really good at coming up with, like, Mii designs. And, like, I know people can do crazy things with, like, hiding the eyebrows and, like, the pupils and the nostrils and things like that, and, like, changing them around to give, like, a different shape. I just want, like, a customization that makes Ojin look, you know, the closest. Or, like, my Miitopia Ojin just had longer hair that was, like, gray and red, which worked. Bunny. Bunny without ear. No ears? Yeah, I gotta figure out what works best, because, like, that's the thing about whenever I, like, make a different Ojin or, like, come up with a different design idea and, like, send it to Hyena, or, like, different Jack idea and I send it to Cuddle. I just try to figure out what works best. It's usually with Ojin, it's, like, obviously everything non-Splatoon, and then Jack's my Splatoon rep. So I just gotta, like, figure out Ojin stuff. So I don't want Boochin twice, you know what I mean? Like, Boochin's sort of like my Jamboree form, while Waluigi Ojin's, like, for Mario, or, like, different Mario parties. Kaboo? I mean, maybe. Maybe. I need to, like, hold on. Where's the roster again? I need to look at the Mario Kart roster. Mario Kart Worlds all characters. Oh, there's a Cowboy Mario is kind of crazy, though. Waluigi Biker. There's a Mariachi Waluigi goes hard. I think someone mentioned that earlier in stream, too. Oh, wait, yeah, the drop. Oh, my gosh, wait, the Fishbone. Fishbone would go crazy, too. A Fishbone, Ocean. Aristocrat King Boo looks awesome with, like, the monocle. And, like, he just looks dapper. The Slope style Shy Guy looks crazy, too. Shy Guy with, like, a beanie and, like, ready to ski. Okay, let's see. Yeah. There's a Swoop. There's the Dolphin. There's a pair of Beady Bud. There's a Peepas, which are the tiny ghost boys. There's a Swoop. There's so many. There's so many characters in this game. But honestly, Fishbone is kind of a wild choice that I might have to pick up. I'm not sure. Or I could ask Hyena to make a base like Mario Kart and like make different like outfits for it. I'll have to contact Hyena then. There's a lot I could do there. Like make, you know how the Mii costumes exist in Mario Kart 8? I could do something with that where Ocean's just like a typical like, the Ocean 3.0 is going to be him like holding onto like a steering wheel or handlebars. I might have to make him hold a steering wheel instead. Or actually ask for both if it's not too much of a hassle. Because I want, like, props are going to be the big thing with the upgraded Ocean PNG. It's like he's going to be, like, they're going to be able to hold props and things like that. And then, like, costumes and, like, more cartoony expressions, really. I don't know. That's what my thought process is for, like, hopefully upgrading Ocean in the future. Jack hopefully having a similar or same boat, kind of. I don't know. I gotta talk to my main two artists when they ain't busy, which Cuddle's hella busy. And then Beacon. I shall leave you go because that is reminiscing of the Splatoon 1 end stream, and I'm just gonna let you vibe there. You are one with the Beacon. Beacon. Love to see that rep though. I used to do that with the freaking. I can't do that because I don't have a beacon or like a throwable. I barely had enough time to eat or watch her. Exactly, which is why I'm saying like I'm not gonna worry about you. I'm not gonna worry about you, sub, because you're busy as hell. I don't know what Hyena's schedule's like. Also, shit, wait. I forgot to make a post about this. I'm probably going to make a YouTube short or just a community post tomorrow. Being like, explaining that, hey, the merch shop's closing. We have until the 30th. But the Etsy's closing down. Meaning the last bit of Ocean merch is going to go kaput. You killed my friend, so I have to kill you. Sorry, Waddle. It's nice seeing you and nice reference to the Splat 1 end stream. But I see you kill my friend, I have to kill you too. I'm not going to base invade, but I'm going to paint and make sure we win. Yippee! Alright, we got about less than an hour left. It's going to be close to a 3-hour stream, more so a 2-hour, 45-minute. Just so y'all know. Wanted to do a 3-hour. Got caught up talking to the fam and like dealing with some personal stuff. So I had to end like, I had to start stream like 10 to 15 minutes like later than I wanted to. Misa pay for the bed? What do you mean by the bed? Huh? How you feel about Switch 2? Like I said earlier in stream, I'm probably gonna keep saying this for lots of fellas, but I don't like that it's not very consumer friendly. However, I understand wanting to potentially, hopefully, pay developers more. I think developers can be underpaid. Programmers, the people behind games, might not get paid enough. So I'm hoping that, you know, like I'm devil's advocate. I can see both why consumers are upset and why Nintendo would like jack up the price like that. At the end of the day, I wish that like all companies, you know, would make things affordable enough, but also like charge enough so that like people behind the stuff make enough money. And yeah, I think that's partially because of it, but also actually yeah, I think that's part of it was hopefully a buffer, because like they actually just announced that they're like, we can't pre-order Switch 2 yet because of tariffs. I mean, they could have planned ahead too, so we don't know why fully. All I know is that like it could have just been natural inflation too. Like things just get more expensive as time goes on. But also keep in mind, back in the like NES, SNES era, you had games that were costing like $69.99 and like $79.99. So like, you know, I'm always that devil's advocate. Colon 3. That's a mood. No, I like being the bridge between people, you know? Like, I understand that, like, I try to get an understanding of everyone's perspective, right? But honestly, I don't know. I had a whole debacle even with, like, people I really care about. Like, some people defending the tariffs and whatnot. Because they're like, oh, the tariffs are there to, like, you know, try to increase people buying from American goods. Well, here's the thing about some goods. Some goods can't be produced here in the States. Things like, you know, Nintendo's a Japanese company. We have to, like, buy externally, or, like, they produce it elsewhere. That's just how it works. Things like certain food aren't produced in the States because it can't be because of climate reasons. Things like that. Like, I don't know. Point is, things are just getting worse economically, and I just hope that, you know, things get better before they get worse. But no matter what happens, I'm always going to try to be here. I'm still going to try to, like, get my hands on a Switch 2 right away. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try to, because I really would love to, like, share that experience with you guys and let you guys know, like, hey, is it really worth paying this much for this? Which, honestly, at the end of the day, it might not be. At the end of the day, it's just like a, whatchamacallit, it's a source of entertainment. The Switch is just like a for fun thing. So if people can't afford it, I completely understand and respect that. That is true. I'm not going to deny that. I'm just saying, I'm not going to divulge who said that kind of stuff, because, you know, I'm respecting the person slash people in question. I'm just saying, as a influencer and expressing my own opinions on the internet, I do not support him. I don't. I think it's an awful thing. We're ruining our relationships with the rest of the world, and in the end of the day, it's hurting the common consumer. It's hurting people who are just trying to live their life. Like, have y'all seen the price of, like, general goods, like, just go up? Yeah, some of that's inflation. Some of that was just before this happened. I'll have you know, prime example of this. So, there's a coffee that I would always get before, you know, before these tariffs and everything. I would always get this one type of coffee. It was always like, you know, a little expensive, but not too bad. It was like around $3. It's close to $5 now. It jumped like $1.50 in price. I wonder why. Yeah, you bought them in loads, now you have to be careful with them. Yeah. you're seeing it firsthand at a like local store. But yeah, things are getting jacked up in prices, and this is the one jacking up I don't like. Is the jacking up of prices. I think people should be able to actually afford things. Especially, here's the thing too. Yay, comma error. Here's the thing too, by the way. I feel like this is a lot more apparent if you live or in contact with like a daily commute to like a city or something. And this is kind of going off of what Pearl said about like like the quoting, helping Americans first when people don't help each other. There are some people out there who are homeless who did nothing wrong with their life. There are some people out there who haven't done drugs, who haven't done, you know, like, who aren't alcoholics, who just got unlucky with life. And they can't get a job, and it's not their fault, and they're forced to live on the street. That's depressing. That's sad to think about. Like, ideally, you know what's the saddest part of that about that truth? This is like a little sad, so I don't want to talk about it too much because like it's pretty bad vibes, and I want to focus on the good and like escapism and all that. But since we're on the topic of all this kind of stuff, you know what's the really depressing thing? Is that one person in the top 1%, if it's like one of these millionaires, billionaires, whatever, could solve world hunger if they really wanted to. If they would not worry about their own selfishness, it would not worry about their own business, they could take their money, genuinely work together, and actually do something. But they don't. They only care about themselves. They only care about the other top 1%. They don't care about the 99% of us below them. And it's just depressing. Yeah, exactly. Money's not going with you when you die. You know what is going with you? At least in my like beliefs and my thoughts. Your experiences. The things you choose to do in life. The way you choose to live your life. If you're going to live your life with malice in your soul, or just not helping out others, or like not having empathy to even care about others, that's not right. Like, come on. I know one person or thing. I don't know what the F that is because it doesn't do. Yeah, true. I agree. There's a certain individual who just does more harm than good with their money, that are actually manipulating people, which isn't good. This certain somebody is actually paying people to pass whatever law they want, which that should be like a federal investigation, but it's not. And it pisses me off. That's the last bit I'm going to say about it, but genuinely, people are being manipulated, and it's just so sad and depressing. There are innocent, good people out there who are getting screwed over by life, and it's so sad. Okay, well, you know what I mean. The millionaires, the billionaires, etc., etc. That truly doesn't narrow it down. Well, yeah, I know. You know the certain one I'm referring to, but it doesn't. It's sad that I'm not narrowing it down. That should be like a hard reality, or a sad part of the reality is that I'm not really narrowing it down. It's a lot of the billionaires that are just... It's depressing. I know I'm blessed. I know sometimes I feel like I don't even have the right to talk about this, because I live in like a pretty solid upper middle class like family, and I am blessed at what I have because my parents busted their ass off for me and like my family to have what we have. But I'm still going to be fighting for the little guys because I see it. I go and commute to a city. I see it. With my own 2 eyes, I live it. I see it. My first job was barely, like, actually my first job was under minimum wage, and they still taxed me. It's just sad and frustrating. Pisses me off. All I want to do, and all I will ever do, like I said before, even if if my mood ebbs and flows, if I have depressive episodes, or if I feel emotionally burned out, I might take like a mental check out. But I'm never going to give up on being here as a creator and what I want to do as a creator, because all I want to do is my motto: peace, love, and good vibes. I try and strive for that. I try and strive to create an area where you all have a place to hang out, where we can just like be together. And I know a lot of times I focus on the escapism and those good vibes. I just feel like one of this part of the stream, these emotions are flaring up. We just need to vent it out a little bit. We just need to vent it out a little bit, because it's not fair. It's not fair the way the world is, and it's sad. But we can still work together, live together, try to work and do what we can control to try to make life better. Even when it's like really difficult and hard. I think we can still hopefully try to make it work. $10. Yeah, a sandwich being $10 is ridiculous. Hey, remember when, like, you know, food, like, actually, here's a good case in point. Do you remember when, like, McDonald's was an affordable option? Where they had, like, a $1, $2, $3, like, meals? Remember those days? Yeah, they don't really exist anymore, does it? So sad. Food should not be that expensive. Or another case in point, I know this is considered like typically a budget meal. Rotisserie chickens used to not be as expensive as they are, but they are. Yeah, that's how my state is. I'm one of the sad few that have that minimum wage requirement. I truly believe that minimum wage should change based off inflation. If inflation happens, we should have increased the minimum wage. Why haven't we? In years, when things are this expensive. Okay, to put it into context, it literally, for 1 hour of work now, with taxes, is like getting paid just enough for 1 gallon of milk. Because you gotta consider taxes, and then you gotta consider sales tax. Literally 1 hour of work is only enough for just like 1 gallon of milk. And that's just milk. You can't live off of just drinking milk. I mean, worst case scenario, maybe you could, but like the average person's not going to be living off of just drinking one substance. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just wish things were better. There's some things out of our control, and we just gotta ebb and flow. Yeah. NY is a pretty expensive area. Actually, what is the cost of living here? Slightly lower than the national average. Okay, that's not bad. But it makes sense because we're like $7.25 still in my state. We're slightly lower than the national average for cost of living. The cost of living is 4% lower than the national average. Housing is 17% lower than the national average, while utilities are 7% higher. Interesting. So utilities cost more than an average, but the actual house is less. A paycheck smaller than fry cooks flipping burgers. Yeah. That's another problem. I think it depends on, well, different factors, right? I'm not really in the mood to Big Bang. This is good. I think it depends on, you know, you gotta take into consideration the context of like cost of living. So like I'm perfectly okay. This might be a hot take, but I'm perfectly okay if flipping burgers pays more than another job if the cost of living is like that much more, right? Logically. Think about it logically and statistically. If you have an area that is much more percentage of cost of living, I'm okay with minimum jobs paying more because of just how much more expensive that area is then. 30% more than national average. Holy crap. Yeah, PA is luckily cheaper. Or luckily better. Everyone with a job should be... Actually, straight facts. I'm pinning that. I'm sorry. While we're on this topic, and which we might be on for another 20 minutes, could be another 10 minutes. While we're on this topic, I'm pinning that because that is based. Everyone with a job should just be able to live. Should be able to, like, afford food. Should be able to afford their housing. Like, I get it if, like, you can't afford, like, you know, extra things. But the bare necessities of food, water, and shelter, yeah, they should be able to afford that. Hello, NCT. Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome to the Jack podcast of I'm ranting about people wanting to, like, actually be able to afford things. Like I said, sometimes I feel like I have no room to talk because I got blessed. Because my family did bust their butt to have what we have. But, like, I still think I could speak on this topic because I know people personally and I see it every day I go to work. There are some good people out there who struggle just because of how things are. Not because they did anything bad, but just because of how life is right now. Right, oh, that's another thing too. Like, I understand, like, typically home-cooked meals, like, cost less. But, like, even that's hard to, like, weigh out now because of grocery prices going up so much. I mean, hell, Hyperdrifter, my old roomie, came in here earlier, and he was like, yeah, it costs, like, the same amount for, like, a Switch 2 game, like, $69.99, that it was for just some groceries. Yeah, exactly, Pearl. You know how much $1 billion is compared to, like, even, like, 100,000? Or, like, okay. So, $1 million... Keep in mind, 1 million is 100,000 times 10. 100,000 is still a huge amount of money. And most people don't make that. Like, most people, like, make, like, what? Anywhere between, like, $20,000 a year to, like, 50,000, maybe 60, depending on their field and, like, specializations. I'm talking like maybe the average, somewhere around there. Some people less than that. I know some people personally who have like 14,000 a year. Keep in mind, amplify that all the way to like 100,000, and then a millionaire is 10 times that. You know how many I'm not good at math in my head, but how many times more is $1 billion to 100,000? It is A billion is, yeah. 100,000, how to solve, da-da-da. Yeah, 10,000 times bigger. That's what it is. It's 10,000 times more. Compare a billion. If you're a billionaire, it's 10,000 times more than like a middle, like upper middle class, you know, $100,000 a year salary. Which, again, my family doesn't even have that, and we're upper middle. I'm talking like still like the range of like typically you'll get somewhere between like what? Like I said, I know someone personally who's like 14,000, and then like I know other people who have like, well, actually my job, without revealing my exact pay or anything, is roughly I think 24,000, 22,000 a year, math-wise. Point is, it's so much more to be like a billionaire is like 10,000 times more. Yeah, a million seconds is 11.5 days. A billion is 31.7 years. That's crazy to think about. And what do these people do all day? They have people running their businesses for them. I bet you, like most of those billionaires have like other people doing all the work, and they just sit on their fat ass all day. They enjoy their yachts. They enjoy their whatever leisure or activity. They barely handle anything. But no, sure, why not? Let's you know, let them put all their investments into the stock market or whatever, so that they don't have to pay taxes. They can get exempt from taxes or whatever. When literally all it would take is just like taxing them, like even if we would tax them like 1% of their net worth, it would take so much off of us little guys out there. Okay. I think I'm kind of burned out on this topic. I pretty much think I've said everything I could say. Thank you, Pearl, for that base take, though. Which is just common sense. It should be. That, like, everyone should have a livable wage. If you have a job, you should be able to live. But my brain's just like, okay, I actually have to go to work soon, and I don't want to be mentally checked out for it. So we're just gonna take the final half-hour stream and just, like, take a deep breath and let's just try to mellow out a little bit. Because I feel like this has been more of a turf war and get fired up about economics than turf war and chill. I was sleeping at 9:15 meetings, 6 hours sleep. I mean, 6 hours is not too. I've run on like 4 hours of sleep per shift, so I get you there, Sim. Man, I can't wait to like. Actually, let's talk about Splatfest. I'm excited that we're getting potentially more Splatfest than we thought, because of like what we had the chocolate rerun, we have the Springfest next week, and then what, we'll have extra work, we'll have big run, and maybe we'll get even another like Splatfest rerun. That'd be kind of nice. That's why I rushed art. No, it's next week. Today was the preview. Yeah, you got yourself a week. You still got a week yet. I know that now. Oh yeah, what is the tricolor? I would actually need to know that for making a thumbnail on. So that's at least 3 more Splatfests, including Springfest, assuming they true. They could rerun all the fests that like got their reworked tricolor or something. I do hope we get something for the 30-year Annie. I don't know if we will, but that would be really nice. It's Robo Ramen and Bluefin. Thank you. I will probably do Robo Ramen as the thumbnail. Because I like Robo Ramen more than Bluefin. Alright, time to make out with my roller. Oh yeah, Splatoon's 10th anniversary is happening as well. That's on May 29th. May 28th if you're in Japan. It's so wild to think that's coming up. This series is 10 years old, chat. I hope Nintendo at least acknowledges it on, like, Nintendo Today, at the bare minimum. Be like, oh yeah, by the way, 10 years ago on this day, Splatoon 1 came out, starting the Splatoon franchise. Yeah, Australia and, like, Japan are probably 28th as well, I would assume, because that time zone. It's so weird that games, like, it was May 30th. Oh, okay. Whoa. I just know it was 20 in Japan and 29 mostly everywhere else. Aw, man. I tried to get you. Getting one the day it came out still. Yeah, hey, I have the screenshot of proof if anyone needs it. I took a picture of it on my Wii U. I played half an hour on launch day, and I played on the global test fire on the week before. I think it was May 21st or 22nd. May 22nd, that's what it was, because it was a Saturday. May 22nd. Unib. Unib. Brabg. Nates. That's so hard to speak backwards. I was trying to do Satan grab backwards. Bar. Yeah, I can't speak backwards. You know, you're just saying the your anti-fairy name. For people who know Fairy Odd Parents, your anti-fairy is just like typically the name your name backwards. Yeah, that are just called like Anti-Cosmo or Anti-Wanda, or it's just like there's Poof, but there's also Foop, and so instead of Jackogień, it's like, you know. Wait, don't pronounce. Yeah, no, wait. I am not gonna pronounce your name backwards ever. No. Be anti-purple because my name sounds terrible, yeah. I would be... Mine almost sounds Japanese backwards. It's like... Naigokaja. Naigokaja. Nigoshika. I don't know how to say that. I'm trying... How would I say my name in reverse / backwards like that? I don't know. How do we say names back? Oh, hello, Raid. Hello, Alpha Star. Hello, Alpha Crew. We're trying to figure out what our names reverse would be and how to pronounce it. But hopefully you all had fun. Welcome on in. Alpha, what were you up to, Holmes? Hopefully you had a good one. Hello, Limestone. Hello, Gabriel. Hello, Hamza the Great. Hello, Hahani. Topaz Tiger. We're doing good. We're just playing some Turf War, listening to some lo-fi. Pretty much chilling before work. Oh yeah, I'm just making out with my roller. Don't mind me. Alpha Raid! Yippee! Yeah, don't mind me. I love my roller. I love Splat Roller. I like making out with my roller. This definitely tries to ignore the bottom right-hand corner. Ah, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with me? Show some love to my roller. But hopefully you're doing well, Alpha. Love wins, exactly. Love always wins, and right now, the love of my roller is what keeps me going. Why can I see this saliva? Because it's based off a, it's based off a meme image. Did you have to draw that saliva? I didn't draw, that was all Cuddle. Blame my little sibling artist, Cuddle Bunny. Blame them, they're the genius behind it. It's all Cuddle Bunny. I cannot take credit for their work. That's all Cuddle. I was just about to type that this. Okay, well, I paid for it, but you were the one who decided to add saliva to it. I may be the commissioner, or commissionee, but you're the commissioner. I am the commissionee. I do not control what you draw and how you draw it. Okay, well, yeah, I said the meme, but you didn't have to. Okay, it might have been my fault for giving you the source material, but I was just using the meme as a reference. Wait, am I the commissioner? I don't know how that works. Either way, Cuddle's the one who drew it. They're the commissionee. I'm the commissioner. I just pay for it. They design it. You can always say no, Cuddle Buddy. They agreed that it was funny, okay? They agreed that it would be funny. So they said, all right, I'll do it. Look, sometimes you just gotta love your Splatoon weapon. Yeah, Bunny drew their OC making out with a hamburger. It was all for Valentine's Day. It's like a silly Valentine's Day. I couldn't stream on Valentine's Day, so I didn't do like the stream gimmick then. I just posted this artwork as like a community post initially. I'll trade with Chirp. No, listen, that picture's peak. Okay, bet. Because peeps kept, okay, yeah, that's the lore behind it. The lore was like people like kept accidentally mistaking me and Cuddle as like a couple, and it's like, no, Cuddle's like my foster sibling. Like I see them as my adopted sibling, nothing more, nothing less. And so Cuddle was like, okay, we're gonna do this to like show that, yeah, no, that's not like what this dynamic is. We're just like siblings that like poke fun at each other. I was going crazy that game. Same here, Shy Guy. I went like 10-1. You went 11-2. So I made us kiss and other things to show we ain't. Me rather guac a burger. You know what they say, if you truly love something, make out silly style with it. So I make out silly style with the roller. Chat, I am so sorry for my lack of maturity. I am a 23-year-old adult. I am a 23-year-old adult. However, consider the following. You're also indulgent. Yeah, you're freaking the same age, practically. We are so mature for our age. Don't say I'm practically 50 ever again, please. I heard my back suddenly gain pain reading that. I got a jolt of back pain reading that sentence. Close slime. It's like half. That's like half. That's like double my lifespan. That's like take my age and multiply it by 2. I just turned to dust live on stream. That's gonna happen to me one day. I'm just gonna be like, I'll be commentating like normal, and then someone's just gonna call me old, or like it's gonna be like my 30th birthday or something, right? You're like halfway there. Shush. You shush you. But I could imagine like, oh, like I go live for like my 30th birthday. Someone calls me old during it, and I'm just like, I go from my typical normal speaking voice to just like, hey, see, back in my day, I used to play Splatoon 1 for the Wii U. I was 13 at the time. Back in my day, we used to hide the Game Boy Advance SPs under our bed so parents wouldn't catch us playing late at night. Nowadays, people have their fancy Nintendo Switches and their iPhones. Okay, Captain Cuttlefish, it's time to go to bed. Oh my gosh. Back in my day, I was best friends with Abe Lincoln. We're the same age. Just got an email for this. Yippee! Thanks for renewing, member. Thank you, Cuddle. They're techie tax and they're Instabucks. Hey, Blader also with a member renewal. Thank you. You know, actually, genuinely, helped me get a little bit of extra income, which helps me like pay for stuff like going to TMG this year. Which, by the way, chat, if you can like go if you're in the area or whatnot, there's this gaming convention that always happens called Too Many Games. It always happens in King of Prussia, and it's an annual thing. It happens every year, and I'm going. Shy Guy renewing a membership too. Thank you for the member. And hello, Nettie. Welcome to stream. Hopefully you're having a good... It's Friday night. I completely forgot it was Friday night. My brain is just, like, so used to, like, working now that, like, it's hard to remember what day of the week it is. But it just happens. Oh, thanks for subbing, Limestone. Glad you enjoy the vibes. If y'all don't know, by the way, I didn't give a proper intro. Two things I actually didn't do proper. Three things, because I haven't done this in a while because I keep forgetting I have this. I have a raid notification I have to manually press for starters, so let me do that. This is a manual alert I had to do. I keep forgetting that exists, though. So that's the first thing. The second thing, I forgot to ask, what was Alpha up to? What was he streaming? And the third and final thing, I actually forgot. What was the third and final thing? Oh, yeah. Oh, a brief overview of my channel. For those who might be new here, or for those who might be lurking who aren't subscribed, I'm Jack. I mostly stream Nintendo games like Splatoon, Mario Kart, Mario Party. Every now and then I'll do other stuff that I find interesting. Like, I've been really enjoying Marvel Rivals. I'll probably do a few more like of those like quick play streams with viewers, things like that in the future. And yeah, I'm mostly known just to like do a mix of playing with viewers and some single player stuff. Like I'm playing through Brothership. We'll probably continue that next week. Hello, Gabriel. You lurking? Hopefully you're having a good one. Oh yes, and that's always important. Look at the GIF. This is my super chat notif. Warrior just doing that.
Hey chat, look at this GIF.
So yeah, I probably stream on average. Splatoon, I try to do every week if I can. Try to do Mario Kart pretty consistently as well because Mario Kart's a big one people like. So yeah, I just stream in between working. So I'll mostly stream at night before work, I believe, is my best time to stream. I try to keep it consistent. I do a Jackogień weekly post at the beginning of like every week, letting people know like my rough stream schedule. It's always subject to change because either I'm open to burnout, I'm open to like IRL stuff happening. So, you know. I'm gonna be on team night. I'm a night owl. I'm a third shift worker. So I'm going. If you want to play with me next week during the Splatfest, I am going on team night. Team night. I am most productive then. I'm on team morning. No, it's all right. Whatever team you're on, I hope you have fun with the fest, regardless on if we're on opposing teams or not. I believe that fests are always good for just like hang out with people and just, you know, keeping the community active. Your DMs have to stream, good sir, so we could definitely schedule team night gaming. Sweet. Okay, bet. I work in the morning, but I would rather work at night. That is fair. Honestly, yeah, I do prefer second and third shift over morning. I'll do mornings if I have to, but like, ideally, second and third. I was thinking, yeah, if that would work out, if we just do like 2 hour. I need to figure it out because like I think me and Carp are doing the 2 hours on Friday as well. So I was thinking maybe me and you could do the first 2 hours, and then me and Carp can do the second 2 hours of that stream. And then I need to play in with Shy Guy and a few other people on team night. Kind of want to join night, but not sure. Up to you. If you said ends up doing so and you want to collab, hit me up. I can only really do. I think I'm planning on doing like 4 hours on Friday night, 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday. So I need to plan accordingly. Maybe I could do 4 hours every day. Maybe I could even go longer on Friday night, but I need to like figure it all out. I'm gonna map that schedule out probably actually throughout tonight. If I have downtime tonight during shift. Speaking of Miss Vic, I actually should ask her for if she gets Switch 2, which she probably will. If Kirby Air Ride's online, I'm going to ask her to collab because Kirby Air Ride was one of my childhood games. Kirby Air Ride was like my goat, and I think I haven't collabed with her since Grand Festival. I think it would be really cool to hang out with her again. Do Kirby Air Ride. Gosh, yeah, the next wow. That's bizarre to think about. The Switch 2 will be out by the time Summer Nights rolls around. That's crazy to think. Oh, yep. Go to bed, Cuddle. Have a good night. Take care. Sleep well. We'll probably be ending here in about 15 or so. I will raid somebody else. As my honor system always says, if I get raided, I try to raid somebody else. Like, for sure. That is just like someone scratches my back, I'm gonna scratch somebody else's kind of thing. Actually, I might. It's too late to DM Vic now. I'll DM Vic like actually tomorrow afternoon if she's not, whenever she's not streaming. That's like reasonable hour. I'll ask. I'll be like, hey, depending on what Air Ride 2 comes out and if it's online play, you want to collab? Question mark. Because Air Ride's, like I said, I put so many hours in City Trial with me and my older brother growing up. I love that game so much, and if they just make like a bigger, better City Trial, like even if it's just like a refurbished version of the old map or something, I would love that. I just want a bigger, newer, just grand city trial type thing. Because city trial's so good. For people who never played Air Ride and don't know what that is, it's pretty much you have a set amount of time to run around a city, try to find air rides that randomly spawn in, and increase stats of your air ride / machine / vehicle before the time runs out, and then you participate in a minigame. It was the OG open world and roguelike, right? Like, it was so good. It was so peak. It's genuinely just so fun. And there's like 3 different games, like 3 different types of games built into it. There's like a standard racing. The city trial is my personal favorite, but then there's like a top-down racing, which is kind of silly. It's like, imagine like trying to race on a board game. That's kind of what the other mode was, which I personally like thought was pretty neat. Of course, city trial was like my goat. But there's like a top-down like board game type. You're racing on like a board game mode in Air Ride that like goes over a lot of people's heads. Like not everyone's like knows about that one, but it's still silly. Hello, Splat Mike. Hopefully you're doing well. Smashy Bros 3DS also has something similar. Yes, like the Smash Run is like that. Like you have a set time to run around an area, increasing stats of your fighter, and to participate in an event afterwards. That pretty much is like this, the formula for City Trial that was reused for like Smash Run. By the way, I'm so glad Sakurai's working on it. No. Like I didn't say that. I said I really want to contact Miss Vic because of the city trial, because of Kirby's Air Ride, if it's online compatible. I personally went holy shit over it. Except my mic peaked. I was screaming so loud about Kirby's Air Ride that my mic peaked. It didn't like pick up anything I was saying, but I was webcamming, so you could see me pretty much fall out of my chair, fall to the ground, go on my hands and knees, and thank God for Air Ride 2. It was a beautiful moment. I literally fell out, like, yeah, I need to clip it from my reaction stream, but I literally, like, went on the ground screaming and thanking God. Yeah, like I said, OG Kirby Air Ride was a big part of my childhood. I'm contacting Vic. Yeah, for me, and like, yeah, I know Vic barely swears except for really huge things, like, there you go, Air Ride reveal, dropping holy shit on, and then, like, obviously the infamous 45 torpedoes incident, which is just so fun. Or 75, not 45. I don't know why I thought 45, but 75 effing torpedoes. For me, it's weird because, like, I'm okay with swearing. My philosophy on it is, like, I don't want to swear at people. But just generally saying a word, like a swear word, it's not that bad. And like I usually, depending on who I'm with, I will like censor myself a bit or filter myself. Like I knew, like, when I was hanging out with Vic on like Team Future, I try to like put more of a filter and like barely swear, if like at all. She did that because she thought it was off camera. That's funny. If Vic Leon was rated by Vimsy Bop. That's crazy. Also, hi, nobody. I see you in the game. No, I couldn't save. Sargi, I tried to protect. Ain't no worky. Oh man, I got well stringed. Yeah, I've heard Vic be off filter like once or twice while setting up. So it's no wonder why she like said 75 effing torpedoes, because like she will on occasion be like unfiltered when like setting up and stuff. And so it's funny when like the tone changed a little bit. But she's just like a genuinely an amazing creator and like awesome person. It was awesome getting to like hang out and like meet her at TMG last year. I'm so excited for TMG because I got such an upgrade on my cosplay. You all will see. I'm gonna make like community posts. I might even actually make a video on my cosplay. Totally not to write it off as a tax or anything. Totally not. Totally not at all. But yeah. I was warned by Vasco. Nice. By the way, we'll do one more turf war here, and then we're gonna get ready to raid. I gotta get ready to like call it a night. Shower, get ready for work. Luckily, I don't have to worry about packing my lunch because I have leftover mac and cheese. Cheese. Yeah, the spawn camping was a little rough there. Not cool, fellas. Remember, we're open to all fellas, all viewer fellas. Wow, the southern accent really came out there. You know, all skill level and whatnot is welcome. On a final mac and cheese, let's go. W. When I farted goes crazy. I love unhinged dialogue, not gonna lie. It's some comedy gold at times. Alright, I'm gonna check my sub feed to see who's live. Let's see. I haven't rated this person in a hot minute. I see somebody hanging out with Mario Kart. They only went live about 25 minutes ago, too. This is perfect. This guy's family friendly. So definitely no swearing when we go raid this fella. However, we're going to go raid after this last turf war. So please stick around. Squidman finally caught Vic off guard. It's wild. Get too close, it's stuck inside. It's where my demons hide, where my demons hide. By the way, this lo-fi is made by Lonely Boy. I am happy to split ad revenue with them over these amazing Imagine Dragons lo-fis. I'm gonna keep on like you know, promoting their stuff for like allowing me to like still use it without like, you know, ruining the like little bit of ad revenue I get, because it helps. It goes a long way, especially with the price of the Switch 2 coming up. I am my own demon. Smile. That's a mood. I'm finally popping off a little bit here. There's two. Oh, there you are. Hi, nobody. Uh-oh. I thought that was Zuka. I didn't want that Zuka. I looked over at chat and I just like rolled my roller against a wall. Ooh, ending on some lo-fi, some Splatoon lo-fi. Let's go. Two of my favorite things, Splatoon and Imagine Dragons. Uh oh, Kraken. No, 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 no. Wait. Ah! I thought you were gonna crush me. I was worried a little bit. I was like, no, 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 no. Wait. I thought I was gonna get rickrolled. Alright, I was gonna wait by that zip caster and jump scare them if they didn't die sooner. Look around you. Imagine dragons. Now imagine gaming. Dang it. Cannot run away from the well string. Well, string. Well. Aren't you a sight for sore eye? And that's gonna do it. I think we sadly lost that team purple. Royal, welcome to my life, nobody. It takes a weird adjustment to get to. Regardless of the weird, funky hitbox, I still love my wife. But yeah, we're gonna call it for, well, today's stream. I hope everyone had a good one. We're gonna do a #Jack raid because, you know, it's my Octoling Jack, not my wolf fella Ocean. So we're just gonna do the typical Jack raid. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you had fun. Just hanging out, yapping, relaxing, whatever part you were here for. Hopefully you had fun. We're gonna go raid Super Live Gaming is playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with viewer. So we're gonna head over there. We're gonna spread some peace, love, and good vibes to them. And I will be live probably Sunday for a Mario Party collab potentially. Until then, just stay tuned. I'll post my stream schedule Sunday night before work. So I'll see y'all next time. Peace, love, and good vibes, everyone. Bye. Hold on, let me post the link. I almost forgot to post the link. Here, we're going. We're going here. There's Super Live. Remember, just #Jack raid. I'll meet y'all over there. Have a good one. Bye.